What's good, Hilux fans? It's been 5 years since I rolled my car, and I am determined to get this thing back on the road. So like, subscribe, and hopefully, in the end, we'll go sideways again together. Hilux LN106 fans, it's hot, I'm shiny, and the sun's just gone down, and I'm creeping out of my lair to give you an update on the Hilux, on Chloe. The Bullbar is gone. You might remember this Bullbar. I'll throw in a few photos. There was a winch box here, and the whole Bullbar itself was faded. I love this Bullbar. It's my favorite styling of Bullbar. It looks nice and tough. So I've got a mate that can weld. I can't weld, and he's got to weld up the front of that. He also does paint. So he's helping me out with that, and it'll be back next week. In the shed, check this out. These are completely finished now. Spent some time shining up the ends, shined up these nuts. This one's a bit flat. I'll have to get a replacement for that, but otherwise it looks good. This is a 1.5 inch wide track spacer to make this 3 inches wider all over. It is a gloss paint, but I don't know if you can see that on camera. It's exceptionally dusty at the moment. This one down here, mates helped me to fit new brake line, and we've put these trick things on. Look a little bit bling, and this was incredibly round before and shallow. Look at the depth on that. That'll be easy to get off, so I'm pretty happy with that. The shed is chaos, but I've got an engine crane. I bought that, so we're getting semi-serious, and over there's an engine stand, and that's the one with the supercharged motor in it. We'll be getting that supercharged motor out in this summer. Hopefully, that's the plan. Let's have a look at what else has been happening. So when I bought Chloe, it had a one of them on there, and when I took that off, I found some badass rust that was just here. But it's gone. Rust is gone because the mate that is doing the Bullbar is a panel beater and welder by trade. So cash exchange for fixie is fixed. But then after I took the tray off, I did notice a further bit of rust just there. So I only paid him to fix the rust around the window. But I did also get the tray cleaned up. I won't show you that now because it's not here, but the tray is looking nice. And I'm up to cleaning these chassis rails, so let's have a look at these. As you can see, they've got a light amount of rust on them, and they're not too bad. So far I've just hit them with C18 truck wash, and I've got some rust converter, but I've got to just wire brush this first and then paint that rust converter on. But I'm fairly confident at this stage that this chassis isn't snapped in half and doesn't have some sort of catastrophic problem with it, because I did crawl around the car thoroughly. Well, I did crawl underneath the car thoroughly before I bought it. I didn't crawl too thoroughly around the rest of the car, but you know, who cares about a door, right? So I've got to go to Bunnings to get some sort of system to jack that car up so I can get the axles under it. Let me show you what not to do at home. Look at this. Some idiot put these axle stands on these doors, which got wet and sagged. Welcome to the danger zone. I wouldn't be crawling underneath that. And now, the rest of the internet can yell at me for this method, which is what I'm going to run with. I'm going to go to Bunnings and buy some more of these. See, they're not straight concrete. There's some sort of like cheap concrete. I don't know what they are, but that's what I'm running. This is my Ford Falcon. This is my B ride, and it does have a cracked head gasket, but that's okay. I've got 40 litres of water in the back and just about to leave. And I'll tell you one thing: they better have hot dogs. I have earned it, and I don't know if you want to see me have a fit. You better call a doctor, because I'm gonna freaking throw down if they don't have hot dogs. Well, I've just been to Bunnings, No hot dogs. Unbelievable. Hard-working Australian. Can't get a hot dog. Could be better, Bunnings. But I did get these. This is to jack the car up on. So a couple of bucks each. Need a fair whack of them. And then the axle stands will sit on there. There's the tub. And what else do we get from Bunnings? Got a rattle gun so we can go a bit faster. And now, ladies and gentlemen, just got to add 10 litres of water to the cracked head and then we'll be off again. I'm back from Bunnings, and let me tell you about my life hack. If you're living with a cracked head, check this out. Alright, the problem about driving around with a cracked head is after you turn the car off, it seems to keep getting hotter and then it bubbles out of here. But what I did was reach back here. Oh, it's exceptionally hot. And oh, there it is. Disconnect that. That's the temperature sensor. So now on the dashboard, it's always reading cold. No, it gets better. Trust me. So the computer knows that sensor's missing, and right away lights come on the dashboard saying got a problem with your cooling system, and that causes the fans to spin up immediately to the highest setting, so they're always on the highest setting. And then when you get to your destination, no more bubbling, mate. She's cool as. Life hack, winning. Just bought this with the theory that it'll make things faster. Oh my god, that just paid for itself. Well, not really, but you know what I mean. Jesus. So I've got a bit of an issue with this hub. Look at that filth. It's obviously been a problem for a while, but when I took this off, the problem started to accelerate. So that's not good. That needs to be rebuilt, I'd say. Doesn't matter. I'll just have to forge ahead and take off this axle and drain it and throw it back under that car there, because we're moving ahead, not backwards. As I make my way around the car with the wire brush, I notice a few things that aren't right. The wheel's leaking, and that's the bushing's gone in that. So I think I'll take these off now, and it'll make it easier to get in behind there with the wire brush, and we can keep going. Just taking a look at why that shock absorber failed. This, as you can see, it's all eaten out. That bit of dirt there has obviously been part of the problem. Rubbing back and forth on that until the rubber is gone. And yeah, it's part of the problem. I've just found a missing socket that I lost. It was still riding the back of this, and it's been in there since I did the body lift. Hilux fans, it's 2 days later, and I've spent my lunch breaks, what I could, out here with a wire brush, brushing this back, and it's starting to look good. So let's have a look. So it's looking pretty good. And I've got this Furtane rust converter, which says don't try and get rid of all the rust, just get rid of the scaly surface rust. Now this says spray this on, brush it on, wipe it on with a rag, try not to get it in your eyes, and leave it for 2 hours, and then add some water to help it penetrate. So we're gonna do that, and then give it 24 hours to turn a blue-black color, and then you're ready to prime. Interestingly enough, I was going to prime it with this Cold Gal black zinc coating, but in the fine print back here it says do not use rust converter, as the acid in the rust converter will react with the zinc dust, rendering it inactive. So we might not be using that to prime it up, but that's tomorrow me's problem. Today we're just going to apply this, wait 2 hours, go for a run, work off some cheeseburgers, go for a run, come back, add some water, and then call it a night. It's been 24 hours since I put that Furtane on the chassis, so we'll take a look and see just what it has done. So just having a look what's actually happened to this with the Furtane on there. It's kind of hard to tell, actually. I think it's my fault because I wire brushed it fairly thoroughly, and this says don't try and wire brush it back to nothing, which is basically what I did. So there wasn't a lot for it to do. Anyways, this has still got the substance on there. The instructions do say wipe it off with a wet cloth, but I'll just take you around to a bit where I think you can see the action happening. It says that the conversion will turn a bluish color. You can just see in those black sections there's sort of like a blue bit component to it, and if you give it a rub you can sort of see that it's a bit dusty. The instructions say wipe off the dust with a wet cloth. So that's what we're going to do now. So that'll be where we leave it today, with some primer on there, I think. I primed the car, done it all myself, all my own work, very proud of course, and yeah, remember to cover up the car too so that it doesn't look like primer. Anyways, tomorrow we will hit it with a top coat. Couldn't get any roll bar black or chassis black, they were sold out in gloss, so I got this wheel paint. That's what I did the diffs in. It's chip resistant. I figure it's meant to be in the sun, not that the chassis is going to be in the sun, but yeah, we're going to use that one and seal it all in, make it look shiny with some clear coat. And now got to make room in the back there because we're off to pick up the Bullbar. It's been painted and plated. Wow, I just got back from picking up the Bullbar and it looks great. I'll show you that in a second, but check this out. It's primed. I've got the lights happening. It's a hot ass night. I'm going to hit it. I'm going to do it. I'm spurred on by how everything's coming together. And check this out, my friends. Check it out. Wow. Look at that. Pretty cool, right? Got the bird catcher on the front. Plated up. Got it painted. Shiny. Looks mint. I'm happy. Very happy boy. So, it's a 40-degree night. We're going to push into it. It's going fairly well. We've got 1.5 cans of this tire black left, and that used about 3/4 of a can just then. So I think I've got to try to use it a little bit more sparingly for the second light coat, so that when I get to the final coat, the wet coat, I've got at least a full can to apply. So yeah, it's a hot one, but we're getting through it. As I take you out my front door for the last time in this episode, I'll show you the final product, and I'm pretty stoked with this. It looks schmick. Ready? Voila. Not bad, eh? Pretty happy with that. And icing on the cake, check out what my mate has done for me with this Bullbar. Ready? That's awesome. And The bird catcher on the front, the winch box, is gone. We don't need a winch, mate. Add horsepower. You don't need winches. And check this out. These used to be a two-piece with a gap here, and the seal on the gap was ugly, so that's been welded up, and it looks schmick. I love it. Until next time, Hilux fans, LN106 fans, until next time, happy wheeling. Keep it upright.